It's okay, I'm awake. I'm awake. I have finished watching Beauty and the Beast, which, yeah, I don't know, when I went into that, like, everything was different. Turns out that Donald Trump is president, the UK has voted to leave the EU. 3 members of my close family have died, but it's okay, I've seen the film, so you don't have to. You've seen it already, you've already seen the film, haven't you? Do you know what? I would have rather read my, my Justin Bieber annual that I would have sat through Beauty and the Beast, which is a ploddingly opulent exercise in utter pointlessness from start to finish. I wonder what Disney will do in the end to recreate things which you already love in order to get you to pay for them. I kept thinking it's a bit like that film Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is a great film if you haven't seen that, but you have seen Beauty and the Beast. It's a mistake that you've made there. See you at the party, Richter. Will Disney kind of pay to take your memories out and then give them back to you? Will they reanimate your childhood pets that died so that you can enjoy them again? Will they recreate the fond memories you have of your youth? I used to enjoy peeing in swimming pools. Will Disney buy me a swimming pool so I can pee in it again as an adult? I don't know. But watching them unadventurously and unexcitingly recreate Beauty and the Beast, a lovely, beautiful, charming cartoon, but add an extra 5 hours to it, or whatever it was I just suffered through, is a pretty painful exercise. Everyone was really mean about Hermione, and rightly so. She's completely miscast. I think if you played it as a kind of realist, kind of low-key kind of tale, then that would work. I quite liked her in Confessions of a Wallflower. What's it called? Yeah, Confessions of a Wallflower? I think it was that. Yeah, I liked her at that. You know, she has a kind of low-key charm. I liked her in Hermione. I liked her as Hermione, but in this film, she's in a different film. Watching her opposite Luke Evans doing his Gaston bit, they're just acting in a completely different style. And she does her line readings with such unadventurous kind of, you know, there's nothing behind them. She doesn't use the language to give it any kind of theatrical intent. It's a shame because Disney can be really magical. You know, I love the original cartoon. I dearly love the Jungle Book, which they also kind of dragged from its coffin and reanimated with none of the original magic. And it made me think, like, you know, the first you know, quarter of an hour of Frozen is so light on its feet and so magical and so lovely. But oh my word, it deserts them here. So now Disney own like Pixar, so all the Pixar films are kind of theirs, and they own Star Wars. If you can see Star Wars, they're kind of that, and they own Marvel. Plus they own all their own stuff. It makes me feel like, does Disney own our souls in some way deep down inside us? I feel like everything I do, I'm giving Disney some money. I feel like going to bed tonight, I'm going to have to pay Disney to do it. Dan Stevens, the guy from, what is it, he was in Downton Abbey, is kind of fine but a bit dull as the Beast. You've got great supporting actors like Ewan McGregor and Ian McKellen kind of slumming it as the comic relief CGI villager. Listening to Ewan do his French accent is kind of good for 5 minutes. And to be fair, the film does have like a, you know, it musters some goodwill for quite an energetic final action sequence, and the songs are lovely, you know, but then just go and watch the cartoon because it'll take less of an hour of your life, and you can probably find it for free on YouTube. I don't know why I sat through that. Well, I do know why I sat through that, because my housemate was watching it, so I sat and watched it as well. I did say that I would never review a film that I haven't actually watched. So I want you to know I was in the room and I had my eyes open and I was looking at the screen while Beauty and the Beast was on. But if that really counts as watching it, I'm not really sure. There's this much vaunted gay bit that I was waiting for in terms of Disney being all progressive with their values. I think that's the bit at the end where 2 guys briefly dance together, which, you know, was like doing YMCA in a gay bar. I found it overwhelmingly homosexual and progressive. What a thing. No wonder it was banned in so many homophobic countries. But yeah, nevertheless, I've watched it, so you didn't have to. You've seen it anyway. Maybe we all write to Disney collectively and say that we want our money back, then they'll say, well, that's more money than you've got in your entire life. So that's going to be a definite no, isn't it? It's difficult for a film to spend that much money and be that dull at the same time, to put all its effort into set design and costume and everything else, but to do that with absolutely no flair. But Disney do it. 2 minutes of Moulin Rouge is far more exciting and dynamic than 25 million hours or whatever it was I just sat for on Beauty and the Beast. So you know, go and watch Moulin Rouge. Have you already seen that? Total Recall, Moulin Rouge. Anything, you know, on YouTube with Justin Bieber in it, any of those things would be better than sitting for Beauty and the Beast. So if you've not already done it, don't do it. And the director made the last 2 Twilight movies, which are absolutely great. So go and watch those as well. Anything but that. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because I just slept while being awake. I feel like Disney's in the room with me right now.